なんでもない。なんでもないから出て行って。嫌だったら嫌なの。とにかくあなたは出て行って。それは違う。今日は女の子特有の病気で休むの。
For some reason, I'm always thinking about Ojo-sama. Is it because of the marriage interview, or could I be worried about the girl's specific disease? Whether I'm asleep or awake, it's nothing but Ojo-sama. To think the same person would give me so much trouble. It's like I'm in love. Love. I wonder if I love Ojo-sama. Naturally, I don't have an answer when I ask myself that. You should though, but I couldn't deny those words. When I heard the story about the marriage interview yesterday, my heart was aching. And I felt strangely frustrated. It must be jealousy. Jealousy toward Ojo-sama. The moment I admit it, the pain in my chest calms down, if only a little. I really am in love. If this keeps up, we won't be able to be together anymore. Ojo-sama will have a marriage interview and get married with some person she doesn't even know. This is still nothing but my imagination. Just by imagining it, though, my chest feels so much pain, and I'm feeling hazy and murky. Ah, damn it! I'm on academy grounds, yet I shouted out without thinking.
Akari-sama, 失礼いたします。まだ女の子特有のご病気よろしくなりませんか？まだだね。もしかしたらずっとダメかも。いっそ打ち明けてしまってはどうでしょうか。藤島さん、もう学院からお戻りですよ。打ち明けることなんてないもん。強情っぱりなんですからもう。ご病気を治すためにはそれしかないと思うんですが。まあ、あかり様がそういう態度ならわかりました。これ以上は何も言いません。このご病気は当人にしか治せませんしね。でもあかり様、こちらだけは飲んでいただけますか？それは？ご安心を。これは私が作りましたので、元気が出るお薬みたいなものですよ。
I hope it's not alcohol.
薬？はい。これを全部飲んでいただければ、もうこれ以上あかり様には何も申しませんので。分かったわよ。それじゃあいただきます。変な味。お薬ですので全部飲んでください。そしたらそれ以上は何も申しませんので。分かったわよ。藤島さん、藤島さん、お願いがあるんです。
Yes, what is it?
あかり様に夕食を届けてきていただけませんか？
Me?
何かご予定でも？
If I recall correctly, I have piano lessons today.
でも、そのレッスンまでに少しぐらいは時間がありますよね。あかり様はまだ部屋を出て食事をする気分ではないらしくて。申し訳ありませんが、私は忙しいのです。
Even though you can send me off?
はい。よろしくお願いいたします。
Very well, but is it okay for me to go? This morning she neither got out of bed nor showed me her face.
大丈夫です。では、よろしくお願いしますね。
How is Ojo-sama feeling exactly?
先ほどお薬を飲んでもらいましたから、そろそろ効果が出てもいい頃かと。
Medicine, you say?
はい。民間療法ではありますが、卵酒を少々。残念ながら失敗してしまい、少々アルコールがきつかったかもしれませんが。
So it was alcohol. Egg sake and it failed?
ちょっとしたきつけ薬みたい いなものですよ。きっと本心が出ちゃうと思うんですよね。あかり様、酔うと本能的になりますし。
Ojo-sama, I've brought your meal. Excuse me. As I enter, I see Ojo-sama lying on her bed just as every morning. Ojo-sama? I can tell from her restless reaction that she is awake. Like this morning, however, she seems to have no intention of showing me her face. She must not want to see anything that has to do with me. I wonder if she hates me that much. I've brought your meal. I will place it down here. Do you feel like you can eat today's dinner? How's your condition?
気分が悪い。体が熱くて、すっごい胸が痛いの。
Are you drunk by any chance? I was told that your ex-sake was strong with alcohol. At any rate, I've made some zosui. Should I make something else? Something to sober you up?
それ、手作り？セナが作ったの？
I made it, not Tsukiyama-san.
そう。それじゃ、いらない。食べたくない。
Huh? You mean my cooking is bad? Or that you don't want to eat something made by me?
どちらかというと、後者かも。
What do you mean by that? Her lack of appetite is not good, but whatever. But she doesn't want to eat it because I'm the one who made it. What's the idea behind that? I'm shocked, very shocked. I feel so unsteady on my feet that it's like I've been hit on the head with a hammer or something. Don't tell me she hates me that much.
いいからもう放っておいてよ。私を一人にして。
What is it that would make her hate me so much? So much that she doesn't want to show her face to me. What is it that you find so disagreeable? If you have something you want to say, then you can say it. There's something bothering you so much that you don't want to eat food made by me, right? Then let's hear. Not knowing the reason your despise really piles on stress.
ストレスなんて私の方が感じてるもん。
Then if there's something you want to say, say it. I'll listen. I'll fix whatever I can fix. Ojo-sama replies with silence. And with that, I could no longer bear the frustration I unwittingly built up in my chest. What the hell is the problem? Don't you find it cowardly to keep quiet like that? Did something happen to make you shut up?
何よ。人の気も知らないで勝手なことばっかり言って。
I could say the same to you. I don't care if it's a vent or complaint or whatever. I'll listen. I'll listen to you.
苦しいのよ。すごく胸が痛いの。
Chest pains? Is that some sort of disease?
違うよ、バカ!
Ojo-sama manifests her face while shouting. The face that she finally shows me seems as though it's crying somewhere.
病気じゃないけれど、胸が苦しくて痛い。これ全部あなたのせいなんだから。
Your hurting chest is because of me?
そう、全部あなたのせい。こうして私が悩んでるのも苦しいのも全部あなたが悪いの。あなたを見てると胸がドキドキするの。苦しいの。あなたがいなければこんなに悩むこともなかった。お見合いだってすんなり受け入れられたはずなのに。でも今は無理。受け入れられない。だって好きになっちゃったんだもの。好きな人がいるのにお見合いなんて苦しいに痛いに決まってるじゃない。
Love, you said...
その雑炊だって食べられない。私のためにあなたが作ってくれたものなのよ。そんなの食べたら苦しくなる。今でもすごく痛いのにもっと胸が痛くなる。食べたくない。食べられないよ。もう苦しめないで。お願いだから私を苦しめないで。私は金本あかり、金本家の娘なの。必 必要な相手とお見合いして家のために尽くすって決めた。尽くさなきゃいけないの。
So that's it.
どうして今さらこんなに苦しい思いをするの？なんとかしてよ。お願いだから、この苦しさから解放してよ。
Do something. Well, if it makes you suffer, can't you just not have the marriage interview?
それができないから苦しいんじゃない。それぐらい察しなさいよ。
I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but there's definitely something I have to tell her. Something. Ojo-sama. Should have at least guessed that. How am I supposed to guess something when you don't say anything? Before I know it, I have let my emotions reply. Why are you suffering? Is it because you love me? No, that can't be it, because you have to accept the marriage interview. Why do you have to accept it?
だって私は金本の。
But he told you that you can refuse if you don't like the idea. You're getting ahead of yourself with that sense of duty of yours. No wonder you are suffering.
そんなの分かってる。分かってるわよ。でも私はこうするって決めたの。こうするしかなかったの。
So why do you have no other choice? What the hell is it that's concerning you so much?
ごめんなさい。八つ当たりよね、こんなの。責任を藤島さんに転嫁してるだけ。これは私の問題なのに忘れて。お願いだからさっきのことは忘れて。増水ありがとう。でもいいから私のことは放っておいて。一人にしてくれるかしら。一人にして早く出て行って。
Okay. You think I'd say that? No way in hell. I'm not leaving, whatever it takes.
聞こえなかった？私は部屋を出て行けって言ってるの。
And I'm saying no.
なんなのよ。そんなに私を苦しめて楽しいわけ？
I don't, but there's no way I'm leaving you here alone right now.
どうして？なんで私のことを放っておいてくれないの？あなたがいるから苦しいって言ってるのに。
But, you see, It's because I, love you. Now I've done it. While I slightly regret confessing my feelings, my mouth doesn't stop. Because I love you, Kanemoto Akari. Ojo-sama listens vacantly as the words fly from my mouth. It surprises even me how easily they came out. My beating heart fills the silence that I caused by saying it.
何よそれ。適当なこと言わないでよ。
I do mean it. I mean, it's my confession, so at least think of it as serious.
真剣にって。こんな卑怯なことをしておいてそんなこと言うの？私の気持ちをしてから言うなんてずるいじゃない。卑怯者。
Well, that's true. But there was nothing I could do about it. It was only just now that I found out you don't hate me.
はあ？どうしてそういうことになるわけ？
Well, you see, you told me not to come wake you up and you knocked my hand away when I tried to measure your fever.
だからそれはその寝癖とかついてる状態を見られたくなかったから。好きな人に寝癖とか間の抜けた姿を見せたいと思う人がいる。
So why now? I always came to wake you up.
それでも急に恥ずかしくなったんだから仕方ないじゃない。
So you also slapped my hand away because you were embarrassed?
そうよ。
So the reason you didn't show me your face this morning is that you had terrible bad hair?
それはそうじゃなくて、なんていうか昨日ずっとお見合いのこと考えてて、寝不足と泣いて晴らした顔なんて見せられるわけないじゃない。
So the whole thing about her avoiding me and possibly hating me was just a misunderstanding? And the thing about her loving me? Is that really true? If so, I'm happy. I've never been happier.
何をニヤニヤしてるのよ。
Nothing. So that's it. You didn't hate me or anything.
そうね。さっき言ったことが私の本心。
In that case,
でも私は
you have to accept the marriage interview because you're a daughter of Kanemoto?
そうよ。だからあなたの気持ちには答えられない。答えるつもりもない。
Ojo-sama quietly nods at my words. So stubborn.
何よ急に。
Coward.
卑怯？卑怯なのはそっちでしょ？
Yeah, that's right. It was cowardly to confess my feelings only when I knew yours. That I admit. But to tell me only your feelings of suffering and to run away from me, isn't that cowardly?
それはその卑怯じゃないもん。ちゃんと理由も言ったもん。気持ちを受け入れられない理由は。だから私は。
This stubbornness of yours. Stiff neck, stuffed shirt, fuddy-duddy. What?
何よさっきから好き放題言って。あなたなんて変態じゃない。エッチ、スケベ、ついでにデリカシーもない。バカバカ。
We aren't talking about perverts right now.
セナの着替えを覗くし、人の下着を見るし、挙句の果てに私のお尻まで見たじゃない。
Those were all accidents. I'm especially not responsible for the last. It was because you fell.
女の子のお尻を見たのよ。そんなの絶対に男の方が悪い。
Bullshit! False accusation! It's that kind of thinking that leads to false accusations.
だいたいどうせ私を好きなのだって体目当てなんじゃないの？お尻とか下着とか見たから浴場しただけでしょ。
Huh, if that's your argument, then Tsukiyama-san is way better. She's cute, friendly, does housework, and has huge breasts.
信じらんない信じらんない。それならセナに告白すればいいじゃない。私に好きだなんて言う前に。本気で言ってるの？そんなこと。
Yeah, me too. I am serious that I love you. I think that Tsukiyama-san is attractive, but the person I fell in love with is you. I'm really in love with you, enough to make my chest hurt.
だから卑怯なのよあなたは。こんなタイミングで真剣に言うなんて。
I can't help it. Even I'm not used to this sort of thing. That was just the flow of the mood. But these feelings aren't just flow of the mood. I'm really in love with you.
そんなの私だって好きだもん。息が苦しくなるくらいにあなたのことが好き。
Ojo-sama and I look at each other in silence. However, mixed into her eyes are loneliness and sadness, creating a greatly difficult complexion. Hey,
何？
why is it you have to accept the marriage interview? What made you subject yourself to this sense of obligation?
それは
You can't tell me about yourself, that is? I don't know what you are thinking, what you're feeling. Unless I know anything, I can't be sensitive to your feelings. I want to know about the person I love, about you. That's why I wish you would tell me. After our lively exchange of thoughts, the atmosphere becomes a dead one. What do I do? Our tit-for-tat exchange has come this far, so how the hell am I supposed to deal with the silence? I'm troubled, very troubled with this. I glance at Ojo-sama for confirmation to see her head cast toward the ground, not even pointed in my direction. Accordingly, it seems like she isn't planning to answer what I asked. My bad, I shouldn't have told you I love you.
最初に好きかって言ったのは私だから。ごめんなさい。
I have to take lessons from Minamoto-san now. I'll be leaving. I think it'll be best to cool down. Well then, excuse me. Just as I'm about to leave the room, my feet stop and I turn my head. It may be true that I said it on the spur of the moment, but I was serious. Everything I said just now was true, my real feelings. I'm in love with you. If you're in trouble, then I want to help you. In order to do that, I want to know you. If there's anything I can do, then I want to do it, one way or another. Now then, I'll be leaving for real this time. I turn my back and leave the room as Ojo-sama remains without reply. Now I've done it. It's too late to regret it now. Conveying one's feelings isn't really something to regret in the first place. I know that, but... Oh. I voice my agony. My chest is filled with indescribable feelings. Still...
そう全部あなたのせいこうして私が悩んでるのも苦しいのも全部あなたが悪いのだって好きになっちゃったんだもの好きな人がいるのにお見合いなんて苦しいに痛いに決まってるじゃない
That's why she locks herself up in her room and doesn't show her face? It's not like she's some kid who just entered puberty. The stubbornness of yours, stiff neck, stuffed shirt, fuddy-duddy. I guess I had my fair share of brattiness too. I think about what a better response may have been, even though it's too late. Or rather, I wonder with what kind of face I should talk to Ojo-sama with from now on. Everything I said just now was true, my real feelings. I'm in love with you. If you're in trouble, then I want to help you. In order to do that, I want to know you. If there's anything I can do, then I want to do it, one way or another. It's sort of embarrassing. Looking back on everything I said and did makes me realize how worthlessly embarrassing it all was. I don't regret it, but... Uah!
何をもだえているんですか、藤島さん。
Uah! Minamoto-san!
今日はピアノのレッスンをすると夕食前にお伝えしていたはずですが。
I'm sorry, I had some minor business.
野暮用ですか。何でも構いませんが、ちゃんと学ぶべきことは学んでいただかないと。
Yes, I'm sorry.
まったく。あかり様の部屋で野暮用など、一体何をしていたのやら。
Yes, I'm sorry. Hold on a minute, how did you know that?
先ほど、藤島さんの気があかり様の部屋にありましたから。気づかないとお思いで。
You don't have a scout or anything. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised you were able to do that, but does the fact that you knew mean you were waiting for us to finish?
部屋まで行った方が良かったですか？何か大切なお話ならと思い遠慮させていただきましたが。
No, that was a lifesaver. I was wondering whether a first-class maid would come to the room in that situation.
むやみに主人のプライバシーを暴くことが使用人の務めではありません。主人の秘密は密かに把握しながらも口を閉じ、必要な際には裏から手を回す。それが一流のメイドというものです。
So that's how it is.
無駄話はここまでです。それよりもピアノの練習に行きますよ、藤島さん。